What's the deal? Welcome to the Out the Mud podcast, the dopest podcast in the world. I'm your host, Fast Traffic. This is my co-host, Payroll Chris. And man, we a brand new podcast. It's been a long time in the making. And just to give y'all a little background on what it is, we in NorCal, and it's not a lot of infrastructure, not a lot of platforms out here, not a lot of things that can help people up with if they got dope stuff going on in their music, in their life. And so we trying to be a beacon of hope. And bro, we thought, what a better way to help than to do it ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Build a podcast, bring people on, interviews, song reviews, open mics, all type of things. So, you know, we trying to bring some positivity to the 209 specifically. That's where we from. And then, you know, people love to say there's not a whole lot of infrastructure or opportunity or any of that out here. So we trying to be the opposite of that and give y'all a good platform to come here and spit your good bars and shed light on some shit that might not be getting light shed on it. Oh, and bear with us. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get going. So our microphones had a disability today, technical issue. So we got the AC in the background. It's hot in Stockton. It's like 120 degrees out here. Google us. Man, so let's not waste any time and get right into it, man. Payroll Chris, what's your feeling on the Stockton climate right now in the NorCal community of music?
It's looking very good. I mean, we got like a variety of artists. We got, you know what I'm saying, some artists that are like lyrical, some artists that have melodies, some artists that are like street music, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of shit going on, from like 80 Baby to getting his platinum plaque.
Man, shout out YP, the co-leader, with that production too.
Keep it
peasy, keep it peasy. Y'all gotta tune in. If y'all don't know, you know, if you fuck with Peasy from Detroit, you gonna like our Peasy from over here. Keep it peasy, go crazy. Real hustler rapper, man. Real bars, real dope shit, man.
Yeah.
Facts.
Seen people like him on Thizzler. Seen people like Swift Homicide on Bar Wars.
Shout out Swift Homicide, man. He definitely gotta be on here real soon too. We gotta talk about him coming up.
Yeah, for sure. Stockton has a lot of potential, but I mean the negativity, you know,
yeah,
that is right now.
Yeah. Facts. So who are you feeling? You named a couple people. You said Swift Homicide. You said Keep It Peasy. Who else you getting a feel for lately that you feeling how they're pushing this shit? You know, the music.
Every time we go on Instagram, we're seeing people like ACITO.
Shout out ACITO. The whole clique going crazy. MBNEL, going crazy. They was just out there in fucking Puerto Rico with Travis Scott and shit.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Wow, y'all making Stockton look good. Look proud of y'all, you know what I mean? Facts.
And then we got spitters like Don Quez and
Steve Spiffler.
Yeah.
Steve Spiffler and Don Quez, some real hip hop artists out here.
Sure.
Y'all gotta tap in, tune into that, man. Hit these links right here, check them out, for real.
Yeah,
sure. And I gotta say, on a personal note, Don Quez deserves like the creative director award of the fucking decade with some of the videos he's been putting out the last year. I'll be blown away every time. Like what he does with what resources he probably has to use is incredible. He make it look like we in LA with the shit. So y'all need to go check out both of these artists, man. They dope, man. Stockton Ghosts.
And then we got a lot of platforms out here that are like helping these artists put on and get extra coverage and all that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on in NorCal.
Like we got NorCal next up. Shout out to Dom.
Shout out.
Thizzler, even though they might have their stigma about them or what the perception people have about them, but they still put on for a lot of people. They've broke a lot of big artists, and they've provided a light of a way for other people to run off and do their thing. You know what I'm saying? We might not even be doing this had it not been for something like Thizzler. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So it's crazy because a lot of people say, and it's a fact, that LA got a lot more like resources and things, partially because Hollywood was just built there, so it's already connected to a lot of resources close by where you don't have to go too far for the rental car, you don't have to go too far for the modeling agency, you don't have to, it's all right here, which was on purpose. But NorCal has always been responsible for setting trends and being pioneers of things almost because of the lack of resources they got. You know what I'm saying? You like sitting there in the sand with nothing, you gonna create a dope ass sandcastle while they wasn't even worried about their sand.
We're definitely home of
independent artists for sure. Dope ass. If you make it from Stockton specifically, but anywhere in NorCal, you'll be able to make it anywhere because you're gonna be able to utilize their resources and you're gonna ask questions and find out who did he get that from, and you got this from there. I'm gonna get that too and have that too. Now, one thing I can say about Stockton too that I always say is the people that be rapping here, sure, a motherfucker got their rap cap and exaggeration, but people out here is really living their raps.
Yeah.
You could find somebody all day out here.
Authentic.
Uh-huh.
and very creative.
Yep. And they doing what they talking about. So it's more authentic because it's based on experience, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Type shit. From all walks, whether it's the player shit, the scam shit, the killer shit.
So, do you feel like Stockton gets enough coverage?
I think as of late, they seem to be getting enough coverage, but not on the type of stuff that we want to shed more light on.
Yeah.
They're getting a lot of coverage on Southeast Stockton, and they're getting a lot of coverage on South Stockton. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they're not really talking too much about North, Mid, West, East, for reals. You know what I'm saying? And there's homies, and there's boys, and there's bosses, and there's motherfucking shit going on all sides of town. So, you know, I think that's where we come in by being non-biased, non-political, and just based on the dope shit only. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, even if you're giving back to your community, that's dope, and we want to shed light on that. You know, you might be buying turkeys for you know what I'm saying? Or just having dope merch, or just, you know what I mean? We here to shed light on dope shit.
Yeah,
So,
shout out to the Stockton artists that do give back, you know, they do backpack runs and all that.
Facts. I think we seen, what's his name? What was his name? Meat Blood did that recently at Big Give Back. But, it was a minute ago, but you know what I'm saying? Still, it meant a lot.
How do you compare Stockton to other parts of like NorCal, like as far as rap?
Shit, in the last, I would say maybe 8 to 10, maybe, you know what I mean? 5 years for sure. For the last 5 solid nickel, we've been the front runner in gangster rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've been the front runner in gangster rap of the state for sure. You know what I'm saying? If you go to LA, you hear a little bit of EBK, and a lot of these people's, and then I jump it in it. They breathing heavy on that bitch, no,
sure.
Figuratively and literally. You know what I mean? And it's like, and we soaked some of that Draco drip and all that. You know what I mean? We can't say they didn't. If you're not taking something from the greats, you're not even hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But
yeah, I think
so we're not mad at it.
Yeah, all the greats do it themselves. So.
They do. You got to learn from the greats. You know what I'm saying? And Stockton got some greats, and RIP to some of the greats that we lost and all that shit. But for sure, we've been the front runner in that. The drill, the West Coast drill shit, I feel like consistently, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I feel like it's got more of a struggle sound to it, even on the hip hop aspect. Like the hip hop rappers are kind of more struggle based. They're not talking about the moon and the stars like you might be in some other cities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like our backpack rappers are still packing some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like you know what I mean?
Real life rap.
Yeah, it's life rap for sure. Like we'll get on a boom bap beat and it's like damn near more close to some Buffalo type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we could rap with a West Side Gunna, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the likes of them. Not to take none from them. They might kill us on the mic. I'm just saying we could get on the beat with y'all. You know what I mean?
So speaking of Stockton, how do you feel about the producers, like the climate there?
Mm-hmm. We got some dope producers out here. Shout out to obviously YP, the co-leader. He's probably the front runner as far as like commercial success because he made a platinum record with ACITO recently.
Yeah.
Super excited and happy for him. He was already checking chicken off of that shit, so now I'm like, I know it's gonna be real Chicken Hill. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Now you can say platinum producer, platinum artist.
Yeah.
That's a good duo.
Yeah, facts. And I mean, when you have platinum producer before all your shit attached to your name, it just makes everything sell correctly.
Mm-hmm.
He got a plaque at any studio he goes now. People will be like, oh, there is potential to become rich with this guy. We need to take it seriously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And respect him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, that's just, aside from the money and the credit, like as a producer, I know he's been a producer most of his life too. It's like, that's just something that means more than money. I know you care about that just to see it every day, sipping your morning coffee. It's like,
yeah,
told you, Dad, or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Jay Digital, fire as hell, you know what I'm saying? He produced a lot of shit for Dad X that I know of, and I know, you know what I'm saying, there's other people that work for Dad X too. Shout out Dad X if we didn't bring him up. That's another like crazy artistic, you feel me?
He's very versatile. That's what I like about him playing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, y'all check him out for sure.
Melodies on tech.
Melodies on point, rhyming on point, he got his image on point. He not afraid to just be him unapologetically.
You know what I like about him is that during that time where that genre was popping, you see how this overall sound and music kind of shifted away from that. He's able to still have that sound and still bring quality to it, you know?
Yeah, because he was never jumping into it as part of a fad. He was one of the leaders of that sound when it cracked off.
Real life rap.
Yeah, so he never had to like jump ship because he was like, "This is my ship.
Yeah.
Y'all go into a random life raft."
He's like,
You
I
know
live
what I'm
this
saying?
life, you know.
Yeah,
This ain't no gimmick.
yeah, that was for sure him, and that sound was like, I feel he was one of the pioneers of that. I don't want to call it like SoundCloud, like auto tune rap, but like people can relate to it being that. You feel me? He was like but way more well put together. A great artist.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. He
Shout
don't
out
even
to
get, even though he's like big, he's still an example of how Stockton people don't have quite the same infrastructure, because he would be big as hell if that was like a, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know, from somewhere else. You know what I mean?
He's like an artist that's really getting it out the mud, like
Yeah. Show and down to earth. You know what I mean? I seen him one time at the show. Didn't know him from a can of paint, and I was walking my Yorkie at the time, and he was like, "Man, that's a dope ass dog," and we just got to talking. I was like, "Damn, that's a dope dude." He, you know what I mean? Reached out about a dog instead of trying to be on some tough shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of artists out here, they'll recognize you and just act like they're too cool to talk to you. It's cool to have down to earth people around here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So Stockton definitely has some producers, upcoming producers like Jen Made It. He does a lot of music with MBNEL's Camp. So
yeah, he's definitely getting probably some plaques at about this point.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, I'm not sure of that how many hits really MBNEL has, but I know he's got some though.
Yeah, MBNEL is one of those artists that, like, I'm saying, another get it out the mud type artist. Like, you know,
Facts. No pun intended. He got the Mud Brothers label. You know what I mean?
So that's the culture out here. Like, definitely in the 209. Artists like Haiti Baby, MBNEL, like, they're definitely
Jay Mari.
You know what I'm saying?
Joe Mari. I'm sorry, Joe Mari.
Yeah, those artists are definitely, like, they started from here. Now they're here. They're definitely pioneering the Stockton scene.
Facts. Then you got the people who pioneered that drill sound, as far as you know, Jaybo, R.I.P. Slowbeat, and the whole EBK. You feel me, Jock.
They got a roster.
They got a roster. I don't want to sound disrespectful and miss any of them because they all got a lot of fans. You know what I mean? But it's clear worldwide, the ones I named right there, like, everybody know them guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you got right down the street from them type shit. You got you feel me, the Fly Boys, and you know what I'm saying? You got bands, you know what I'm saying, blowing up now. It's right away, you feel me, out of nowhere.
Right.
You got but he right there with the, you feel me, ACITO, Lil Adrian, all of them kind of grouped together. You feel me? It's a lot. It's multiple clicks. It's kind of in the same linked up shit. You know what I mean?
A lot of politics.
It's a lot of politics. I'll be out the politics, so I might not describe it the best, but you know, we know which areas they from.
Yeah. So these are just like a number of Stockton artists. So it's like a lot of variety. You know what I'm saying? A lot of culture.
Shout out to bands too, doing this thing, man, making the city proud. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
We don't play no sides. We just give respect where it's due. Dope shit only, man.
Yeah.
Facts.
He's definitely hit the ground running.
He hit the ground flying, but that's somebody who is like a classic rap story where you see them talking about, like, they already had the rap image, already had the chains. He was already rocking designer. Who is bro? He looked like a rap star already, but how I ain't seen his videos. And so I guess that was the scenario. Was everybody was telling him that, like, bro, you already looked the part. You kind of is the part, man. Just get out your ass there and rap type shit. And it seems to be working. So when you already running, and then they put you on the ground, you know what I'm saying?
Shit just caught fire like gas.
Hell yeah. And then we got people like Frisco Philly B. Shout out to him. You know, we see him making content that was funny, and he's catching us, making us laugh. I thought he was just a skit making artist at first. You feel me? But next thing you know, I just seen him in the background of a BFB to Pac-Man music video. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was when Pac-Man was doing his show in the Bay Area. Frisco Philly B was for sure backstage with him, and the footage is just coming out now on a Pac-Man music video where he grinding on a girl. It was clearly in the dressing room. Y'all having a crazy time. Y'all had all the girls in there, and so it mattered of him being in the place to be when it mattered. You know what I mean? Right. Even locally now, he's got connections like that. Being a character and like being able to see a moment. You know what I'm saying? Always having your lenses on. Like, okay, damn, this is a moment I need to take advantage. You know what I'm saying?
Another person that's hustling.
You know what I'm saying? Just got on No Jumper with it, and there's talk of him becoming the next host on there.
It'll be dope because now, because No Jumper has like the industry lens, like the industry watches them for like what's up and coming. So now that somebody like him is going on there, you're bringing NorCal into the industry picture, which is good.
Yep, they want that, you know, and it's not even like about no territorial shit or no street shit. Your network is your net worth.
Yeah.
So we should be fucking with more East Coast people too. Shout out to Jay Worthy. Shout out to the Mussolini for coming all the way from New York to here. The Mussolini, somebody I fuck with, and it's like that's somebody who's big as hell, who's still showing that you can spit hip hop over boom bap beats and do player shit and document your actual life, and you don't gotta be in no other mixes. He don't water his shit down. He don't make no commercial shit. And I'm not trying to dick ride. I salute that shit because it gives me motivation and inspiration. He got shows in LA. He got shows in fucking NorCal and shit, and we don't. And he came all the way from New York, and you don't even know who he is.
Yeah.
Go check him out, the Mussolini, man. A real boy. A boy, yo, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear New York is paying attention to Stockton artists.
And that's dope. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? That's dope as fuck.
So shout out all the people that do like music reviews on YouTube and all that. Like definitely shedding light on the scene.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? And like artists like Jay Worthy, who's even though he's an LA artist, but it's like that's somebody who worked with Larry Jones. You know what I'm saying? They joined forces from the Bay to LA. They weren't scared to do that. And he Worthy was working with so many East Coast people, and his taste of music was so kind of like multicultural, I should say,
Yeah.
that he moved to the New York for a while. I forgot where he moved exactly to, but he locked in there and was doing projects with West Side Gun and getting on everybody's shit up there. And it's like when you're around some shit, you're way more accessible, so they gonna fuck with you. It's not like you all the way in Stockton. It's like, nah, you here with us, you're dope, I'm gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Why would I hire a model from LA if there's one in Stockton, right? So it's like that. You got to put yourself in a position to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And then he moved back. I believe he's back in LA because it's like, how can you beat that weather? We don't ever have to wear parkas, ever, never. You know what I'm saying? But I love New York too, so I want to, you feel me, go tap in and do like he did. And I'm proud of what he did because I'm trying to do the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
New York, Larry June also was at the baseball game swapping jerseys with RZA. I'm my bad.
Who names Wu-Tang?
I don't know. That was a whole lot of ass in the camera.
Oh, it was? Oh, we gonna frack the person. Frack the motherfucking person, man. That's another great example of how you could just be so raw at your craft and actually use your brain, and that should elevate you far past what your local scene is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know if he's fully appreciated as much in his local scene as much as he is now by a much broader audience by getting on Wildin' Out.
I'm sure he's loving it because it's like everybody has a time when it's your time.
Facts.
So like I feel like he sees that because that was a big opportunity. He just came from hosting Bar Wars. When we first seen it, he was one of the first guys on there.
And even when he does, what's it? Brady the Bar Explainer, or I forgot what the name is. Brady the Bar Explainer. That shit is genius. That shit is low key genius. Like that content in and itself is viral. He wouldn't even have to be a rapper, and he could be famous for doing that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes you say that's a great brain right there, because you're doing something so great that, and you know what's crazy is how you do something is how you do everything. You heard that saying before? How a person does something is how they do everything. You're not just gonna do this shit hella sloppily and trash and do this hella epic. So like you know what I mean? If you like to do shit that's epic, then you're gonna want to be respected every time you do something. You're not gonna want to make the crappiest spread ever, but you're the motherfucking. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
that sound like a gem right there.
It's like that's somebody who everything he does is really good, like really, really well thought out. You know what I'm saying? He wants you to know I thought about this. I'm not. He don't get. And you know what's crazy is he seems like he's able to freestyle just as well, but it's like I'm sure when he puts his mind to shit, it's the epic shit. You know what I'm saying?
I want to say battle rap. Is that like his background? I keep hearing battle rap.
I don't know if it's his background, but it's definitely his foreground or whatever at the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's definitely he's definitely battle rapping the greats right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Facts. Yeah. Like he just battled some of the greats. You know what I mean? I think like Wednesday he battled a great. You know what I'm saying? He be battling shit and tearing them down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like on a classic level too. Like
yeah. One of my favorite freestyles too. Like when it comes to like cycles, I like seeing
Definitely. He gonna say some shit that you're gonna have to play back in your head, like, what the fuck? I can't. What the whole fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
That's the shit. That's the shit. And it's like when you doing shit like that, people appreciate you like on another level because you're not trying to do what someone else did to make it. You're like, I'm offering something to the game with this. You know what I'm saying? You could bring up one of these jokes in one of these bars, and it's like a motherfucker could laugh 10 years later, like, remember when he said that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one's gonna be like, remember when Brett slid on the ops in this song? That was great. Fucking, they might never care again after they're, I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You can only shoot the 30 like Curry if it's 10 years ago or better. You can't do that again. Never again. What's another bar that's dead? Curry with the 30s in the graveyard. Who's next to it?
I feel like Switches becoming. I don't think it's dead. Switches.
Comparing your stick to like I don't know if we can even say this now, but saying you got two dicks.
G23's comparison to like Michael Jordan.
Okay.
I heard some artists say that.
I mean, and I understand when you're young, like, damn, there's only so many numbers that go with sport teams and guns, but it's like there's certain bars that need to be dead. Like, can't ever put Lyrical Miracle together. You know what I'm saying? If you have a bar that is dead in 2024, you need to be fired. Put it in the comments. We want to see a bar that's dead. And look,
less and less AA.
I'm not gonna lie. We need to see less and less AA. And a lot of people are gonna hate me for this, but we need to hear less of the Reaper, in my opinion, because it's like I'll be asking people like, "Are you from EBK? Like, is Jaybo your people or something?" Because it's like even if you rap well, if you sound too much like him, I'm from the era where you're not supposed to be really biting.
Yeah,
it's not. What are you offering? You know, we already have Busta Rhymes. We already have Eminem. What did you bring? This was the point that I meant to say. If you'll notice, the artists in Stockton that have a different style that sound like no one else are doing well.
Yeah.
None of them weren't. It's the people that sound too much like somebody else that are like, why aren't they doing nothing? That's like, well, because we can't really see you. We go to book you and go right over you and book the bigger version. You know?
Majority of artists, they're not being themselves entirely because they're trying to experiment with that formula that's already done.
Right. They're trying to follow the paved road that came before them, and I'm not mad at it, but I'm definitely tired of seeing it because it's not going to help usually.
There are some that could do it, a few, but like overall, like, there's too much saturation.
Yeah, and like it's one thing too if you start out rapping like somebody you like, and then you find your way as the years progress. You might jump. You like Wapdale said that EBK Backdoor said on an interview that he got his style from Wapdale, I believe. Yeah. And I apologize if I'm mixing it up, but y'all told me though that it was one of y'all. You feel me? I forget which way it went. But my point is they said they were inspired by him, so that's where they got their loud style. And then as years progress, you find your own way with the juices that you soaked up from your creative inspirations. Exactly. You know what I mean? So now Joyner Lucas don't sound so much like Eminem. He sounds like Joyner Lucas, but it's like when you really think about it, bro was listening to some Eminem, you know what I mean? And X-Rated and Royce the 5 Nines and people that could hit you with the syllables and make it all motherfucking make sense every single word of it, you know what I'm saying? So
speaking of Wapdale, what I do recognize though is like for him being as young as he is, he's pioneering a new sound in this region too with that style. Shout out to him. Definitely got some Stockton artists that are along that way.
Facts. And it's like, as long as you find your own way with the shit, it's nothing wrong with it. Like, I'm sure the first car company didn't expect all these other car companies to just copy their formula, but it still happened, and you still could have a Chevy and a Jeep or a motherfucking Benz and an Audi, or, you know what I mean? It's okay to have both. It's just, it's cool when people be themselves 100%, because it's like, it don't matter if you remind somebody of somebody, but it's that you that we can't get nowhere else. You know what I mean? Like, hate it or love it, you found the one. You know what I'm saying?
So definitely get creative with your music. You know, be an artist. Also.
Yeah, have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to name no names on this one, but it's been people recently that have told me I can't say that bar because I'm just a street artist. I'm too street to say that. And it's like, what the fuck? I know people that are definitely more street than you that would have said it, and their fans would be glad. Because all your fans ain't just super street. That's the thing about it. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna relate to the comedy aspect of it or the humanistic aspect of it. You can rap about everything. You don't have to just talk about like only street topics. Because guess what? A street person lives a whole life.
Yeah.
He gonna eat some spaghetti. He gonna go somewhere. He gonna have a date. He gonna have an arm around him. He gonna hold a baby. You don't have to just rap about killing to be a street artist.
Yeah.
You could be a well-rounded person.
So the artists that are like going far and that are taking it serious, you'll realize that the further you go, that type of like those type of things feel less and less natural. I know there's artists that feel like that.
Definitely. That's why it's like certain type of music that I would take a pay cut on because I'm not doing it, even though I know it would pop or whatever, or it might sell faster than what I might make by choice. But I'm like, I want to love what I'm making personally. Yeah. I want to feel like I could talk about it by current experience. I don't want to talk about what I used to do when I was 18, 19. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I want to talk about where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Every 5 years, you kind of change as a man.
Right.
If you don't, then power to you for being able to just live, you know what I'm saying, in your baby shorts or whatever. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, shit, like, even my girl was just telling me, like, her favorite song of mine is a song that's, like, almost, it's hella years old, but I listen to it, and I'm like, yeah, I could make that again, but it's just not the mood I be in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if I got a lot of energy one day and I want to make that kind of song, I will, but I like making chill shit, because I like chilling on my free time. So I want to listen to some shit that's, like, the soundtrack to my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I encourage everybody to make the soundtrack to their life because it's 8 billion people on this planet. So a lot of them are probably trying to vibe the same vibe as you trying to vibe.
Yeah.
And what better to have a crowd full of people when you do make it, whether it's 50 people that love you or 1,000 people or 80,000 people. You want the crowd of people there that really fuck with your human, that don't just fuck with some front or a mask you wear. Because then you got to wear that bitch all night around everybody and it's just like, damn. They're not gonna love you when you take the mask off. You might as well be yourself. Devin the Chief from Manteca. That's my boy, man. Devin the Chief from Manteca. He's been doing this thing for a minute too. And we gotta have him on real soon for an interview for sure. We already got that locked in. A boy from out there. Then who else we got out there? We got Nevelo, the artist Nevelo. He in like a whole alternative rap type lane too. You feel me?
Yeah.
Dope, creative.
Bad little bitch, catch a fat wood. Yeah, Stockton's very versatile.
No, I'm saying he from Manteca.
I thought he was from the city.
He damn near adopted by Stockton too, because it's like I think he got family that live here, so he be back and forth. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say he is for sure from Manteca. I want to say Manteca. Correct me if I'm wrong. He'll be on here for an interview too.
Yeah. Ekis is another one.
He's San Jose.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ekis from San Jose, but he be working with so many Manteca artists and Tracy artists and shit. You would think he was a Manteca artist, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's from San Jose. That's a 408er right there. You hear me? Shout out to Ekis though. Yeah, another versatile motherfucker. Speaking Spanish better than English, make some English dope shit, make some all type of shit. Like, not to put it like that, but like that's somebody who's really fluent with the Mexican shit. You know what I'm saying?
He's versatile too. I heard him rapping English and Spanish. I think that was pretty dope.
Yeah, like I don't speak too much Spanish, and I like his Spanish shit better than his English shit because it's just so you can hear the lyricism in it. Like I be wishing I spoke Spanish just to understand some of it because it's like, damn, that shit, he was going. But yeah, who else? There's even some dope artists coming out of Lodi right now, a little north of here. You feel me? Small city called Lodi for y'all that don't know. I always thought of Lodi as just like a cool little wine country, like they got a lot of wine vineyards and shit like that, but you know, in the last decade, it just sprouted up a lot of gangster shit out there, and hustlers and rappers and entrepreneurs and barbershops and, you know, all the shit. So it's becoming another section. Shout out Tito Love. You know about Tito Love. It's Tito Love on Instagram. Raw.
So out of all the Stockton rappers that you be seeing, like, who you feeling right now?
Man, I'm feeling a lot of them. I mean, shout out to Keep It Peasy. You mentioned him already. Shout out to my boy Swift Homicide. And that's another thing that I wanted to bring up is like Swift Homicide is a perfect example of being resourceful, using your actual talent, and just sharpening your sword, no pun intended, over the years to just be a neck chopper where you could just really impress people on camera. He used his phone to get himself popping out here while everybody else was complaining about not having resources. You know what I mean? He was like, shit, he took advantage of that Fizzler live with Sealy and jumped on there and impressed him and got repost after repost after repost till he's on the fucking Fizzler Cypher and the Bar Wars shit and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's one of my favorite lyrical artists right now.
It's like, it don't even got to be your taste of music per se, but you're going to get better at rapping from it. You're going to learn something from him. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, he comes from that era of like damn near horrorcore with Brother Lynch, T Nutty, Looney Coleon, X-Rated, SIBO, shit like that, and he fuck with all them. So it's like he's carrying that torch for a low-key younger generation, but coming from Stockton without the resources, without the eyes on us, without the opportunity. I salute him for always showing up to the open mics, the shows, the big shows, the small shows, and chewing shit up. You know what I mean? He don't be out of breath. He gonna say all his lyrics, and you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Shout out to that motherfucker, man.
What do you think about his machete?
I love it, dude. I love it because it's part of it. He's showing you who he is without you having to like really guess. Like you see him with that right away, you're like, what the fuck? And that's who he is. He's really crazy. Like if you know, bro, he's really crazy. He's a good dude, but like he been talking this crazy shit forever. You know what I mean? He ain't just one day wake up like, I'm gonna be this. I seen him eat a raw goat liver on stage. You know what I mean? Blood and everything all over him. The shit was wild. Yeah, people thought it was fake. I'm like, no, that was real. It's kind of like Ozzy Osbourne biting the head off the bat. It's like, it's part of your branding. It's business. You're not just doing it because you wanted to all the way. He's taking one for the team. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna show you how crazy I can go. And it goes with his whole aura and you feel me? It goes with his imagery, you know what I mean? It's, you know what I mean? You're not just crazy, you're actually a low-key genius, you know?
Do you think that could be a trend?
Yeah, I mean, if you really pay attention, it is a trend not to eat the goat meat, but to jump all the way out the window. If you notice the people that have held, it's the blue cow syndrome.
Yeah.
If you see a blue cow on the hill, that's the one you're going to look at. That's the one that gets on the news, and them other cows all around them don't even get talked about.
Yeah.
So if you feel a way about something, you can go all in, then you're automatically leaping past everybody else that was like, I was just gonna eat mine with a tapatio on it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? This fool went through roasted duck. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? So he Gordon Ramsay that shit. So I think him having the machete, him doing all that, I think people should learn from it, not necessarily try to be him. Yeah. And that's what I tell everybody. Don't just be like Jaybo. Realize how original Jaybo was and try to be that original in your own way. People gonna love you for that too. It's like there's so many levels to this shit. You don't gotta be the #1 gangster rapper. You could be the number 20 this other type of rapper and still get a huge bag from it.
Right.
I think you gotta do what you love and go all in type shit. As corny as it sounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How many artists you think that we have?
How many artists here?
Yeah.
Now
that are like,
help me narrow it down.
what I'm meaning is like artists that kind of found their formula.
Mm-hmm. You know, artists.
Yeah.
Like full, like actual full package artists.
That's bringing consistency. Like how many?
Maybe like 20, to be honest. Yeah, maybe less. You know what I'm saying?
20's not a bad number.
Yeah.
That's a good draft, you know?
But then like right below that tier, there's like 1,000 that are like not quite there yet. And they'll be coming up because there's many clicks that come through this bitch that are like 5 to 10 deep and they show potential.
Those people are above the people that are just starting out.
Yes, those are people that are like, they got potential, they got songs, they doing shows, they might be getting paid, they got their image down. Yeah, there's many levels because you could be a performing artist, a person making content, doing all this other shit, but technically you're still not a well-greased and oiled machine, and so people don't know about you. But once you're like a low-key known name in your area or whatever, you're still far from getting known in the Bay, you're far from getting known in LA, you're fucking miles away from getting known in New York, so it's like, there's levels, you know what I'm saying? But it's like,
Stockton has artists on all levels.
For sure, and I could name people where you're like, the key member of the group is really known. And then he got 10 people right below him that be in the studio session that are going to be like him maybe. If they show potential to be, they just haven't done that yet. They're kind of like support people for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to name names, but it's some people for sure that like they got they got crew members that could break off and branch off and be their own thing.
Yeah.
And so we're yet to see that happen, and that could make numbers rise stupendously for us. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But yeah,
I want to bring up little Adrian and Bubba. So my personal opinion is, I feel like they're one of Stockton's up and coming duo.
shit, they brothers, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Like, how many people is coming like them as a duo?
Out here, not like them, definitely not. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know too many. I record a couple duos, but they still kind of like earning their stripes with the shit. They haven't really popped out, so it wouldn't make sense to drop their name yet.
Right.
But it's a couple coming though.
Right. They've been grinding. I know they've been facing adversity and
Shit,
shit like that, but when they're working, like they're grinding.
For sure. We got interviews with them coming up, all the shit. They'd actually got music videos from being in here. You might recognize the background. Yeah, but yeah, those are some dope individuals, real down to earth people, straight out the mud with it. You know what I'm saying? Pretty sure South Stockton, I want to say. You know what I mean?
A lot of shit going on in Stockton. Merch. A lot of Stockton artists that are there. I feel like there's at least a handful of them that are working with merch.
Definitely. Merch is important, man. If you don't got merch, you pretty much leaving your biggest bag on the table while you're on the come up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to take some sort of income already to fund your music career, whether it's recording, you know, all the shit that it costs. You already know that. We're not going to go down the list of costs, but you know there's a list of costs to making any kind of headway as a rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I heard that's like one of the important incomes is merch.
Merch is where you can start getting it back, because especially in today's world where people are not jumping out and selling you hard copy CDs where you could just make $10 or $20 like that. Now you gotta get 100,000 streams to make $1,000. You feel me? So far before you could make that amount, you could make way more money than that by selling merch to your 50 fans, to your 100 fans.
Shout out to the artists that are implementing merch.
Definitely, you know what I'm saying? I be selling hella merch. I've sold hella merch as a kid, and I can speak to it that the more you be on it, if you build it, they will come. Because a lot of people just don't have the interest in making merch, and so as long as you make dope shit, chances are if you would wear it, they will wear it. And if you at a competitive price with it, you're gonna sell. Bro, it's people that want to support you, and you don't even know it. You got to give them something to support. It's people that are listening to your music, thinking they're supporting you, and it just doesn't do nothing for you. So you got to give up. But if you made merch, then people will be wearing your shit, reposting it, buying it, and then you're like, damn, my music is simply a commercial to support me, to fuck with me. Music is damn near free to digest now.
Yeah,
it's damn near free. Even if you don't go to the concert, you could watch it on 100 live videos from the cell phone. You could watch it from the comfort of your house for free on YouTube, usually, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Branding is important.
Branding is huge. Branding is huge. That's why you see we got the sign on the wall, the stickers in the streets, the logos on the hat. I normally be wearing my own shit too, but my black hoodie was dirty right now, so I just threw on a Nike. Good Nike always can't go wrong, you know? Mm-hmm. But man, you know what? I gotta sign us out, you feel me? It's been a great one, episode 1. We got a whole lot of shit coming for y'all. And please hit that subscribe button and all that. You know, I'm sure you've heard this 1,000 times before, but we literally can't do this without y'all subscribing. So tap in so you get that bing when we drop. You know what I'm saying?
Comments, you know,
comment.
Give us feedback of what you like to see.
Yeah, give us some feedback. Let us know what you'd like to hear more about, what you enjoy hearing about, what we might have missed on people we brought up. Let us know if you can hear us good, if the background looks shitty. Let us know everything and what you recommend. You know what I'm saying? And we out this motherfucker. Pew!